Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's a privilege that the fact that you joined us here and the first speaker to join us is a huge, I think, humbling experience for all of us, and the acknowledgement of the fact that you are here to represent all the communities and all the faiths. And thank you very much for that. I've now tried to halfway step into the shoes of Muhammad Sawa, very big shoes that they are for me to get into, and a very difficult act to follow. Muhammad personally was a great sense of support to me when I came in 2001, and has always been there for me as a very kind friend and an older brother to me, and has worked very hard through those periods. We've gone through some very, very difficult times over the last two parliaments. Very difficult time for Muslim parliamentarians because of the international events and events that were going on. And both of us stuck together and united we managed to pull through. And I hope that the other colleagues that will join us will act in the same spirit and looking at community issues as a whole rather than being divisive and pull those through. Before I start to introduce my next guest, is Brian still there? Brian Eden?
Yes, yeah, he's here.
Yeah. I just want to say one thank you to Brian, because he probably won't be here, not as a member of Parliament, because he's stepping down at the next election. A very thank you very much to all the work that you've done for the Muslim community and also for the Kashmiri community. It's been huge amount of effort. To acknowledge that Brian's been a great supporter of the community, and also we've got John Austin here as well, who has done a huge amount for the Muslim community and has worked very hard. Without further ado, we've got the first Muslim Privy Councillor and member to be sitting in Cabinet, Sadiq Khan. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, respected elders, I begin with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum. I'm not sure why I'm following the shortest speaker in history. But can I just say, I've got a John, Brian, Muhammad, Sarah, Khalid and other Labour colleagues. I have a confession to make. Over the last 12 months, I've done something I've never done in my life before, and I hope I never have to do again. But I voted Conservative on one occasion over the last 12 months. I nominated the current Speaker of the House of Commons, and you can see why I was forced to vote Conservative in the election for the Speaker only a few months ago. John Burke, ladies and gentlemen. John has made history. He never goes around saying good things about himself. He's the first Speaker of Jewish faith to be elected into this House of Commons. And you know how far our history goes. And what's wonderful about John and other colleagues who are here of other faiths, whether it's William Hague, whether it's John Austin, whether it's Dave Anderson, whether it's Brian Iden, and Seda referred to this in her short speech, which was a Muslim 2 minutes, I didn't say that, because by my watch that was 7 minutes. But there you go. Or a Tory 2 minutes. But Seda made the point, it's about having shared values. And it's about mainstream issues that are dear to our heart, to be dear to the hearts of mainstream politicians. And it's wonderful that we have Islamic Relief here, we have Muslim Council of Britain here, we have Minal here, we have the Al-Hui Foundation here, because here are community organisations who are community organisations serving the community, and they are fantastic role models for the faith we all aspire to practice. I want to say a couple of things before I end. Firstly, this is a very sad occasion for me. This will be the very last Eid function organised jointly by Muhammad Sarwar, Member of Parliament, because Sarwar Bhai is retiring at the next general election. Now, Khalid touched upon the contribution Sarwar has made over the last 13 years. Harriet talked about Parliament she was elected into in 1982. But can you imagine the Parliament Sarwar was elected into 1997? The idea of Eid reception, the idea in the same room, William Hague, Muhammad Sarwar and Nick Clegg being nice to each other, the speaker coming along to an event to celebrate the festival of Eid. that Seda and I being best friends. It would have been unheard of. But that's the progress that's been made over the last 13 years. I want to just underscore that it's on the shoulders of people like Mohammed Sarwar, it's on the shoulders of some of you people here, that the next generation will come forward and become parliamentarians of whatever party, and become future speakers and future, I hope, prime ministers as well. So, Mohammed Sarwar, big thank you to you. Can I just end by saying this? You know that when you have politicians queuing up to speak to the Muslim community, there must be an election around the corner. And you will see many politicians of all parties queuing up to speak to you over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And I welcome this. I plead 2 things from them. Please remember the community after the election. Please keep the promises you make. And I pledge a couple of things from you. Please hold us to account. Please ask us what we've done over the last period, both in this country and for your families overseas. And secondly, please don't be scared to ask us to make big promises to you, but make sure we keep them. We are a community of 2 million. We are role models for the next generation, but not only are we role models for the next generation in this country, we're role models for citizens around the world, whether they are minority communities in Switzerland, minority communities in France, minority communities in other parts of the world. Please carry on the huge work you've made. Thank you very much for all the work you've done. Eid Mubarak to you for the festival Eid al-Adha. I look forward to working with you over the next period. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It gives me great pleasure without further ado to invite Dr. Bari, the Secretary General of the MCB.
Excellencies, Highnesses, Lords, Ladies, distinguished parliamentarians, ministers, brothers, sisters, leaders, Assalamu alaikum wa Eid Mubarak. On behalf of the Muslim Council of Britain, which has involved some of the 500 affiliate organizations, including our state organization like Islamic Relief and Muslim Aid, it's a great pleasure for me to say a few words. It's important. I wanted to say a few things about Eid al-Adha, but the speaker has already said in such a wonderful way that I cannot add anything. The only thing I want to add, that patriarch Abraham, or Ibrahim alayhi salam, peace be upon him, he is the father of those who are loyal to God. That's the Quranic description. So he is our common theme. The Jewish community, the Christian community, Muslim communities have so many things in common. And obviously in a society, in a community, in a global world, there may be some differences, but we work on similarity. That's how we came 12 years ago to work for the common good of this country. And at this wonderful occasion, noble occasion, organized by these 4 MPs, especially Mohammed Sarwar, all my ex-speakers have said about him, but I have known him personally. He's a wonderful man who has contributed so much, not only to the Muslim community, not only to being young Muslims to the forefront of politics and social agenda, but also for the social harmony of all British people in the society. Only last night we had from our young people, the Young Muslims Beacon Award, we have over 100 young Muslims who I think are the assets for this community. And I mentioned yesterday that even these young Muslims' energies are channelized and guided properly, they can be the ambassadors of Britain in the Muslim world. Because professionally, in different ways, they come up, they contribute to the wider society, to the Muslim community, and they are our real teachers. So once again, Eid Mubarak, belated Eid Mubarak, is a wonderful occasion, and I hope under the leadership of Khalid Mahmoud, this celebration and commemoration will inshallah continue, and it will get strength to state, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.